From the Ticats Audio Network, this is Ticats Today with Brayden Neville.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Ticats Today right here on the Ticats Audio Network for this Thursday, August the 3rd, 2023. We have a jam-packed episode for you today. We'll hear from Coach O, Friday's starting QB Taylor Powell, Jameer Thurman, and I had a great sit-down conversation with Carthell Flowers-Lloyd. He currently leads the league in special teams tackles and has made a big impact on that unit for Coach Jeff Reinbold. We will get to those guys very soon, but first, some news around the team. The Ticats, they're just a few days away from the big matchup with the Montreal Alouettes as they look to even the season series. Now, Cody Fajardo will come into this game with the third most passing yards in the league, and Coach O touched on how to contain him and that offense. Cody Fajardo comes into this game third in the league in passing yards. How are you going to contain them through the air here on Saturday?
Well, we know that he's been with Jason for quite a while, and we understand what they like to do, and they're going to take their shots. That's always been an MO of Jason, even way back when he was coordinating in Ottawa. So we understand what they do, but we're really more focused on our execution and what we need to do. Obviously, he presents a dual threat to us, and so we're aware of all that, and so I'm excited to play the game.
And yesterday, Brandon Revenberg and James Butler named to the July honor roll for the CFL. Does that speak to just the kind of seasons and month they have?
Yeah, I think it's always funny, the individual accolades in the ultimate team game. But I do think it's nice when people get recognized from your organization. Everybody works equally hard, and I know they'd share that those accolades with their teammates. So I appreciate them getting recognized, but I'm more focused on our game this week.
And then I'm talking to Carthell Flowers-Lloyd later, and he's leading the league in special teams tackles. Just what kind of season has he been having, and why has he been so successful on that special team?
Well, I think more than just the tangible tackles is just his work ethic, his want to, his willingness to learn. He's left a few tackles out there still. He's just scratching the surface. He's really raw, but he wants to work at it. He's a quick study. He's tough. He's fast. But it's a long season, and he's going to find that out. That there's a lot of football to be played. So we're looking forward to him maintaining not just his productiveness, but just his work ethic throughout the whole season.
That was Coach O following practice, and one man who will be crucial in containing the Alouettes QB is Jameer Thurman, who comes into this game third in the league in tackles, and that's a number Jameer believes should be bigger, and he's coming off another game where he led the Ticats in tackles. Jameer spoke about containing Fajardo and what needs to be done in the Hammer Saturday night. All right, Jameer, the defense was on fire last game. How does this unit keep it up here against Montreal?
Well, we just got to continue to carry that momentum into this next game. We know who we can be. I mean, we still didn't play our best game, but it was a start. We didn't give up a touchdown, gave ourselves a chance to win, and we came out with the win. So we just got to keep bringing that momentum and just do it again.
And then you yourself, you're third in the league right now in tackles. It seems like you've been able to take a lot of guys down this season. It's not really anything new, but why do you think you've been so successful individually?
Actually, I think I've missed a good amount of tackles this year, which I want to focus on. I want to harp on that and be better in that regards. I haven't paid attention to the tackles. I mean, that's great. I'm able to fly around and make some plays, but at the end of the day, it's all about the wins. It doesn't matter what I do as an individual. It's all about us getting a win at the end of a game.
And how important is it to get some hits in on Cody Fajardo or get some pressure on him early and take him off his game?
Very important. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a long day for him on Saturday for sure.
That was Jameer Thurman, and he sounds like he's ready to make the night of Cody Fajardo as miserable as possible, and as he should as a linebacker. Taylor Powell will be the other QB and will make his second start of his young CFL career, and confidence just hasn't been an issue for this guy. Every time he speaks, he seems calm, cool, and collected, just ready to play football, and he was impressive in his first start against the league's top team, the Argos. Taylor spoke about making career start number 2. Taylor, your second start now with the team. You've got a game under your belt. What lessons are you looking to take from the last game and maybe use in this one?
I think you got to look at both the good and the bad things that you can learn from. I'll probably just keep some of the stuff I'm working on with Tommy and, some of the good stuff, try to build on that and try to get a win.
You never have a lack of confidence, but would you say maybe you're a little more confident heading into your second game now that you kind of know what you're in for here?
I think I'm going to disappoint you. I think I'm staying the same. Just ball's ball and same guy, so just try to stack evidence of who I am and as a player, and I just don't try to prove anything. I'm just out there playing ball. So.
And you've gotten the chance to play at home once.
Yep.
What's it like playing in front of these fans and having them support you and hearing them cheer?
I love playing here, man. I've said it in times before. I really think the community supports us so much, and there's what I've been told is when this thing's rocking, this place is loud and can be awesome. So I want nothing more than to get this place going and get them behind our back and try to get a win. So
that was Taylor Powell. Now the final player I spoke with has been making a name for himself on special teams and currently leads the league in special teams tackles, Carthell Flowers-Lloyd. He joined the team at training camp and has not looked back since becoming a key member of Jeff Reinbold's special teams. He sat down with me to talk about adjusting to the CFL Hamilton and why he's been able to be so successful. All right, I'm joined now by Carthell Flowers-Lloyd. Carthell, thanks for joining me here today, man. A big stat for you so far this season, leading the league in special teams tackles. Why do you think you've been able to be so successful and get those takedowns on that special teams unit?
Personally, I feel like I'm just put in a great position by my special teams coach, Jeff. He knows my ability and my capability, and, I'm just a hard guy to put one-on-one versus anybody. To be honest, I'm always pick myself, and I'm just a hard worker, get to the ball.
And now, how has it been getting to work with Coach Reinbold and having him as a coach?
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. He has high expectations for me. When I go out there, I'm that guy that they're looking to make that play. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of other guys around me, that makes my job a lot easier because they're working as hard as I am to get to the ball as well. But, they make my job easier, and when I'm out there, I try to make theirs.
And so one thing I do when I talk to players, when I sit down, is I like to know a little bit more about them outside of football. Mm-hmm. So when you're not playing football, what are you doing for fun? What are you playing, video games? What are you watching on Netflix? What's going on?
So for me outside, I'm a huge combat sport guy.
Okay.
I love UFC. I love boxing. And then I recently just had a baby girl. So
congratulations.
I've been pretty much on father duties.
Busy.
Reaching out back home and things like that. But a lot of the times I'm just either watching film or I'm watching combat sports.
Did you watch the last UFC event?
Absolutely.
291?
Absolutely.
It's pretty good.
Yes.
I wasn't expecting the Gaethje event.
I was a huge
Poirier? Yeah, I was thinking Poirier too, but that's crazy. So one thing about guys I like to talk to is how they made it to the CFL. A lot of American guys, it's not necessarily what you grow up thinking, like I'm going to play in Canada.
Right.
But for you, when did that opportunity come up to come over here to the CFL, and when did you make that decision?
So it was around May. Earlier on, I was just training and stuff for my pro day. I had got an agent late, so that kind of messed up my timing for all the different things that I wanted to do. But pretty much my agent reached out to me around March, April, May, right before rookie camp, and he goes, I have this opportunity for you. I don't know if you looked into it or not. And I'm from New York. I'm from Syracuse, New York, so it's 3.5 hours. This is the closest I ever played.
Not too bad. Yeah, it's not too far of a travel.
Literally, this is the closest I ever played sports besides Little League in high school. But he goes, Hamilton. I was thinking he was going to say Vancouver or something, but, he said Hamilton, and it's right pretty close to home. And, I just came out here and gave it all that I had.
So being from Syracuse,
Yep, Syracuse.
Being from Syracuse, had you spent much time in Canada, like gone over the border at all? Or?
I've been to Niagara Falls a couple of times. My brother was a All-American wrestler in high school, and he went to Niagara Falls Community College.
Okay.
And I've been to Toronto maybe once or twice, but as far as just like, this area, this is completely different for me.
Yeah, especially Hamilton, but So what about the city have you noticed that you like? Like what have you enjoyed so far about being in the city, and especially with this crazy fan base, just how passionate they are about the team.
Just the pride, you know. It's a pleasure to be in such an organization where, you know, you have prideful fans. And I'm a big Craigslist guy, Facebook Marketplace. So when I first got out here, I got a 1-bedroom apartment, and I went on Facebook Marketplace and bought a sound system for my apartment. And I met a guy, and he goes, "Listen, I know exactly who you are." I'm like, it kind of it kind of weirded me out for a second. I'm like, what is going on? He's like, you're Flowers-Lloyd, 43. He's like, "Hey, great block punt." And I was like, oh man, I'm like, funny. Appreciate you, you know. And I've met a couple people around. They're huge. The fan base is huge. It kind of freaks me out sometimes.
Yeah,
you know?
No, that's so, man. It's crazy. I was wearing my Ticat shirt into my condo. I just moved into a condo here. And I was wearing the Ticats shirt, and the security guard's like, "Hey," he like mentioned something about the team. He's like, "Hey, you work for the Ticats?" He started talking to me about the team for like 10 minutes.
All
I was just trying
day.
And I'm not even a player, so I can imagine how it is for you.
For sure.
So yeah, that passion and that fan base is just so fun to be around. Now, adjusting to the game can be different for players.
Yeah.
How has it been for you, just adjusting to the differences in the game?
Right. So, being here, my position at least is like my size, physical enough to be a linebacker, athletic enough to be like a safety. So for me personally, it's just, you know, just finding what's good for me. And I feel like just the special teams role right now is marinate me in for what I can be. And I think one of the biggest adjustments would be knowing that it's 12 people on the field for sure. The waggle and the swoops from guys. As far as special teams, just the halo. Yeah. And, you know, being scouted, you know, being one of the leading tacklers on special teams, just knowing that if I'm on the line, I can move around. Like last game, they had a game plan and they double teamed me a couple times. And
starting to get that recognition around
for
the
sure.
league, right?
And Jeff was like, "Hey, man, you know you can move around on the line." I was like, okay, well.
Just unlocked a new
for sure. Just definitely unlocked a new strategy for me. So, you know, that's going to make me a lot tougher for guys.
and just like you played defense, you played special teams. Obviously, is it just you're just comfortable no matter where coach puts you, you're ready to play?
I'm a dog, man. Yeah. I'm a dog, and that's as humble as it gets right there. You know, I love football, and I'm not going to let anybody outwork me, out-physical me. And, you know, when I'm on defense and I got to go make that tackle, I'm that guy that's going to be either one step away from making a tackle or I'm going to make the tackle.
Yeah. So you've gotten to visit a couple new cities. Like, I know you haven't been to a ton of new cities here in Canada, but so far on your journeys with the team, has there been any cities where you're like, wow, I like this place? You know, other than Hamilton, you just some places you found interesting.
I think Winnipeg was interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Winnipeg was very interesting. Ottawa was interesting. Yeah. One of my guys that I was training with for pro day, he goes to Ottawa, so I was able to go hang out with him for a little bit and stuff when we came early.
Great city, Ottawa.
Yeah, for sure. But, you know, I'm just prideful and grateful that I'm in Hamilton. There's no place like home, and this is my new home.
I love that. Well, man, all the best to you, and it's a pleasure talking to you today.
Yes,
You're absolutely dominating right now on that special teams unit and all over the field. So thanks a lot for joining me today, bro.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Yep.
Big thanks to Carthell Flowers-Lloyd, whose initials I'm now realizing spell out CFL. Weird coincidence, maybe, probably not. I think it was destiny. Coach O, big thanks to him. Jameer Thurman and Taylor Powell, big thanks to those guys for being on the show today. Make sure to tune in to tomorrow's episode because I'll be speaking with former Ticat Brian Simmons to tee up the Ticats matchup with the Owls. That's all the time for me today. I want to thank you for listening to Ticats Today.